welcome to the Reaper, I guess, like, short podcast, as you will. The other podcast I am not releasing, that I have recorded on my own. For those of you who do not know that, I've been going through some, through the past, week or so? Well, it's really been like 2 weeks. A whole week. I don't know. It's been really, 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 really hard. But I'm all good right now. I'm all good. Just a lot of stuff has been happening, and my life has been turned upside down for the moment. I've been dealing with depression and harmful thoughts. But I am in the immortal in the immortal words of Hideo Kojima, I am back. But I'm a changed person. I'm a different person than you guys would normally see, because there's just a lot of personal problems that happened, and I really thought that I was gonna lose a very special person in my life, and I was a total dickbag. I was a total dickbag. This special person I ignored. I ignored her. I ignored a lot of people, and I was just so, it's like the saying goes, you are, if you so focus on a dream, you push people out. What's worth having the dream if you can't share it with anybody? That's what I did. I was pushing people out, and of course, wheels were set in motion as to my total life destruction. I mean, I was solely focused on this stuff. Like, I did not care about personal and social life. I just pushed a lot of people out, and yeah, I would love this to be a permanent job, but as of right now, it's not. It's not really. I mean, it's making me some money, but not a lot. So, it became my attention that maybe I had to rethink stuff, and for the past week, and then this weekend, I've been working so hard on my personal life. I've kind of quit. I took a huge break for like an entire week of recording anything. I mean, this room was really not being used a lot. I wasn't using my equipment a lot. I did not get on my laptop for 5 days. Well, actually more. Yesterday was the first time I got on it since probably maybe Tuesday or so. I should say Tuesday. No, it was either Monday or so. I don't know. It's been forever since I've been on, and my laptop acted screwy. I think it was mad at me. It was like, "Hey, you ain't using me, you asshole." But there's a lot important things in life, you guys, and I know people have dreams, and I know people solely work on dreams. But if you have a social life, like I do, I have a wife, I have a kid, I have parents that I have to communicate, family members, friends. I have a handful, and yeah, I even pushed out my friends as well. Nico and all them, I pushed them out. I don't have much friends of real life, because A, they all moved away, or B, they all became shitbags that I don't want around. I don't want them around my life. It's hard to say, when you've been friends with them for a long time, but it's the truth. So other than that, I just been working on my life and working on stuff. In the other podcast, I've demonstrated that it sucked about Chester Bennington. I think that's his name. On how. I'm sorry, there was a noise. I didn't know what it was. And how it kind of sucked. I'm hearing beeping noises. Oh, I know what that is. My wife's on the treadmill upstairs, so if you guys hear a boom, 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 it's her on the treadmill. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Chester Bennington, and it was just. I mean, everything. I think about it now. It was so creepy the way it happened. It was, on one day I was dealing with one of my friends' niece or whatever. She's only 13, and she felt betrayed by her mom, and her mom was like a real asshole to her, and everything she said, I was like, wow, and then I told her, I was like, hey, I know what you're going through, I know the stuff you're going through, and told her all the stuff I went through when I was a kid, and it made her happy. Then I got to start thinking about, Linkin Park, because that was my main to go for music when I was depressed. It was Linkin Park, always Linkin Park. Hybrid Theory and Metroid, I think, or Metroid something. I can't remember the full name of it, but it was my go-to music for when I was depressed. When it was like video games, it was always Metal Gear, and if I didn't have Metal Gear around, I had Linkin Park, and if I didn't have either one of those, I was so depressed, I was just like, what the, damn. But now that I really think about it and look back upon it, that, it was weird because after that, then the next day, reports of Chester Bennington, I think it's his name, Chester or whatever, has died. I was like, wow, and how he died, I was like, man. And then, of course, I went back and listened to his music, and I was like, yeah, you could tell it in his music, which is weird, especially the music Bleed It Out. That was, wow, that was, I just thought they were going with that. I really did. I thought they were going, because at that point of time when that came out, it was the whole fad of, suicidal, cutting your wrist, and this and that, and this and that. And I hated that fucking trend, man, because it was so depressing. It was like, and it was a trend, okay? There was other people that had the real problems. But the people that fucking bought necklaces with the fucking razors and had razors like taped to the wrist, and and then they're like, well, that's the case emergency, or that's blah 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 blah, and I fucking hated that. It pissed me off. It really did. It pissed me off because it was like, hey, there's other people like this, but I'm going to draw attention to myself. I'm going to be popular just like everybody else is popular like that. I'm going to be popular, and I'm going to take a razor, and I'm going to do this and that. I fucking hated it. And then you have the fake goths, where they wear black, but they're not really goth. You could tell, because there's the true goths where they devoted, and they would have an umbrella, in the sun, and they would be like, they would either be pale or wear pale makeup, white makeup, and black lipstick, black and white makeup, and real fucking gothy stuff on, and yeah, life, that's life, death, stuff like that. Then you got the fake goths, which was like, all they did was wear black and dog colors. Like, yo, I'm goth, man. Yeah, get used to it. And it's like, no, dude, you're not goth. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what goth is, man. Poser, you know. But anyway, I was never like that. I was in the trend of weird. I was me. I was like, fuck it. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do. I'll wear whatever I want to wear. I don't give a fuck if it's a trend or not. Fuck everybody else. And I was like on the side of prep and nerds. Or, well, low class, as they call it. Not nerds, but, you know, I was a nerd. I am a nerd. But I was on the trend of, you know, I would talk to preps, but then I would talk to low class. They fucking hated it, you know. Why are you talking to the preps? I was like, dude, they're fine. They're awesome. You know, they're cool. Yeah, I would talk to preps. You know, preps really didn't have a problem me talking with my people. Just the way it was. But anyway, enough about past in life. It's just I had to work on my life. I have to balance what I need to balance. I'll slowly get in and making myself a rhythm of balancing my life, and which is what I'm doing. I'm changing it up. My recording schedules are going to be Monday, simply because of the fact of, you know, I'm not neglecting anybody. I'm not neglecting anything. I'm not going to be on YouTube, like, watching. I used to just, like, watch YouTube. Like, that was my fucking focus, was YouTube. Like, I didn't even play games. Like, literally, I did not even play PlayStation. I didn't even, because I used to fucking loved playing PlayStation on my laptop. Since, you know, you got the remote play now. I loved it. You know, I'd play it or whatever, you know. But then all of a sudden I got this fucking hooked. I don't know what the hell it was. It was like I had to skim through the internet. I had to skim through YouTube. I had to watch this. No matter how fucking ridiculous it was, I had to watch it. I had to watch that. I had to watch this. I had to watch this. I had to watch that. And it was just like, you know, me looking upon myself that way, I'm like, wow, what the fuck? I was like a zombie, you know. I mean, for people that don't have a social life, for people that don't have, are not like married or have girlfriends or have kids or whatever, yeah, it's understandable that you can do that and do whatever the fuck you want, whatever. But I have a social life. I have to go to work. I would love for this to be my permanent job, YouTube and voice acting, which it will be one day, but as of right now, no, it's not. The live streaming, I might not. It might be a while before I do live streaming again, simply because I don't know. I like I said, I'm in the process of figuring out the time sequence and everything else. Like, my mind has been rewired, you guys. It has been rewired. I used to be able to think about, like, the imagination in my brain was like switched on all the time. Like, all the time. Like, I would think this, think that, think this, think about a book, think about a movie, how this would look. And it was like a movie running in my head, you know, where I could actually physically see the characters and everything else. I had a wild imagination. Now I can't think of anything. My imagination goes, there's nothing. Even though I'm sitting there, I'm trying and nothing. So my brain is being rewired, and I'm thinking of processes. I'm trying to get back in the groove of things. Not back in the groove what I was, but back in the groove of, you know, trying to find out a recording time to where I don't have to, you know, Twitter. I was on Twitter like constantly, not like constantly, but like I was like searching through Twitter every day, all day long until I went to bed, and from the time I got up, from the time I went to bed. And that ain't no life. That's not life. That's a person that doesn't have a life. So I'm gonna try to either be on Twitter in the morning. I mean, I can be out on Twitter throughout the day, simply because my work is laid back as of right now. I might get a different job. So I might only be on Twitter like in the morning, during my break time or lunchtime or whatever, or in the evenings just a little bit, giving you guys a heads up. But I would love, I would love for this to be a permanent job. Be on YouTube, be a voice actor for you guys. But as of right now, it's not in the cards. I mean, if somebody walks up to me and goes, "Hey, we'll sponsor your YouTube. You'll get money. You'll be a voice actor. You don't really have to work for a whole life. You and your wife and your kid ain't gonna want nothing." I'm gonna take it. I'm not selling out. I mean, well, a lot of people think that's selling out, but no, that's my dream. That's what I want. And that's what I want to do. I want to be a voice actor to trap me and my wife to get a nice house, to travel to different places to do voice acting, to meet with other voice actors, get to know them. Dude, I would love for me to hang out with David Hayter. That's one of my like, oh my god, David Hayter and the rest of the Metal Gear cast, dude. I mean, like, I would be like in the recording booth going, "Oh my god, David Hayter's right next to me. Oh my god," or "Oh my god, I'm spending time with David Hayter. He's just something right there." I mean, yeah, that's my dream. So, I do appreciate you guys being there, and I love every single one of you guys who follow me on YouTube and follow me on Twitter and support me. And I love you guys. I know there was a little bit of love coming from you guys. I at that point I really didn't feel like I was loved at all. I didn't feel like I was loved. I wanted to quit my dream. I wanted to quit everything and just quit. But I couldn't. I couldn't do that. I couldn't. So, yeah. So now you guys know what's been going on and stuff like that. I know this has been rambling on different stuff. But as far as Metal Gear stuff and Death Stranding stuff has been wacky because it hasn't been anything lately. There's been a little bit of hints there, here, there. Yeah, Hideo Kojima wheeling around Ludens, like he's a real person. But that's really all been it. It's been, and there's a certain thing that's been tough, really tough. That, yeah. So, I'm back. Thank you guys so much. Dude, my mic is going crazy because you can hear it. That's so awesome. But yeah. This is going to sound like I'm trying to preach at a march, like an army march or something. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. You guys, this is like a very, very short podcast type deal. I'm just going to call it a short video. But the original podcast will be coming back on. I don't know if I'm going to record on Mondays or I'm going to record on Sundays still. But really, I just been, trying to figure stuff out. Live streaming is going to be postponed for right now. So thank you guys so much. So much love. And don't worry, I'm back. And this is going to be awesome. See you guys.